us all, wherever you're watching from. This video you will be watching shortly is bringing to us the history of Calabar Museum in summary. I will just speak a little bit to it, its location, how it started and all of that, but you will watch the video to see in detail what is inside the museum and the history behind everything inside. So stay tuned to see and to get the meaning and get a perspective and an insight into the museum. The museum is located in Nigeria and Calabar, Cross River State to be specific, South Nigeria, and you will agree with me that it is one of like the oldest Calabar is Southern Protectorate now, then, and before 1906, all of that. So Calabar, the museum is located on the Marine Beach in Calabar, Nigeria, and the slave history of the museum stands on the site of a 15th century slave trade warehouse. And in Calabar, Calabar was a significant, embarkation point for slave during the transatlantic slave trade. And the museum initiated by the Cross River State to boost, tourism. I think that was the major reason why they initiated the museum, and is managed by the National Commission for Museum and Monuments. Its feature ethnographic and artistic, exhibit focusing on the history of the slave trade. And the major things that are found in the museum is the Efik slave market. You will find the chain and shackles they used to chain traders, the procurement of slave trade, the shipment of slave trade, then how the slave trade was abolished. All this history were all there, the chronicles, the effort of abolition, like William, Wilberforce and Thomas, Clarkson, leading to the British Act abolishing the slave trade in 1807. So the slave history museum now was established in 2007. It was established in 2007 and officially opened on 17th March 2011. It is open daily, even Saturdays, and that is weekend and holiday for people to go there and see things for themselves. So sit tight as you watch the full video. At the end of this video, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please endeavor to give us a like and to give us a thumbs up, as that will help people to subscribe more to the channel and view this wonderful history about the Calabar Museum, a wonderful site to behold. Slave History Museum, Calabar, Nigeria. Stay tuned and watch the full history.
So it was assembled here in 1884. In 1950, the building served as a ministerial guest house. In 1933, it was renovated by the National Commission for Museums and Monuments and was opened to the public. So before the Portuguese discovered Africa, they were trading with the Red Indians. There was this time they had a tribal war with the Arabs. So the Arabs blocked all land and India. And they're looking for a way to go back there through this discovered Africa. When they came to Africa, they came to trade house. But when they came and saw that their men were strong and brave and could work in their plantation more than the Red Indians. What we have here were some of the things that were given to our local chiefs in exchange for slaves. They have brass basins, sword, bead, pipe, bell, and the gin. They told them then that the contents were blood tonic, so they would take and to investigate them. Since then, our local chiefs practiced what was known as domestic slavery. It was easy for them to give out slaves. So after taking the contents, they used it in putting snuff. That's why the color is like that. Behind you are the Portuguese soldiers. Since there were no cameras then, and the Benin people could carve very well, so they carved the Portuguese soldiers. That is what they were like. And over here we have navigator, Christopher Columbus, and Prince Henry.
Christopher Columbus came here? Huh?
No.
Okay.
So over here are some West African countries that practice slavery. These are shackles. Shackles were used to chain the slaves. As they've been taken to the coastal area where they will be sold out. You can see how they chain them here. They put it around their neck, connect it to the next person until it gets to the very last. Most times they put it on their legs so that they won't be able to run away.
Our own people are doing this, or the Oyinbos are doing
it. This is a stubborn slave. He's being tied up and made to face the sun. That was the kind of punishment that was being melted on him. But that punishment leads him to death. So he will take that position until he's dead. Over here was the slave market. This market was attended with local government here across the every market day. They buy them with copper rods. Copper rods were like money used in those days. They were called manillas. About 28 to 37 was used in buying a female slave. About 38. That he would. So after getting them from the market, here we have the auctioneer, the bidders, and the slaves. The slaves has to jump through this drum to show how strong and healthy they are. Because the main purpose of buying them was for them to work in their plantation. Machinery that could work more than human beings, so they decided to abolish slave trade. So these were some of the people who fought for the abolition of slave trade. We have John Newton, Thomas Clarkson, William Wilberforce, Granville Sharp, John Wesley. So over there are liberated slaves. These are the ones that now form what we call the Black Americans. So over there are the volume of slaves that were being taken away from 1690 to 1807. We fell under Bite of Biafra. So 30.1% was taken away from this area, and it was the highest. Then Bite of Benin is part of Bite of Biafra. So if you put it together, it will be 41.4%.
So does it mean that nobody in the northern part was sold as
No. They were not. It's Bite of Biafra. No. They also explained. It's telling you what happens in Calabar. Napoli. I say Napoli, not Napoli. Tripoli. Is it Tripoli?
So these two were used as medium of exchange. We have then guns, sword, three-legged pot, brass tray, and a cast iron pot. They were all used as medium of exchange. Over here we have Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was a British ruler. She has smuggled up to see River Niger and River Benue enters into the Atlantic Ocean. But on his way he died at Bosa. So the Lander's brother took up the search, Richard Lander and John Lander. They now discovered that River Niger and River Benue enters into the Atlantic Ocean. From there, other explorers started coming in. So you can see different times and when they entered. They actually entered Calabar in 1846. So here we have Mungo Park and Richard landed.
This Mungo Park is the most popular person of all the colonialists.
Europeans, writer and a traveler. She foresaw that Nigeria will have her independence one day. Dr. Bekay. Dr. Bekay was the first white man that settled in Igbo land. That's why Igbos call white men Bekay. And he manufactured the malaria tablet called quinine. Reverend Hope Marston Waddell, the founder of Presbyterian Church, Hope Waddell Training Institution was named after him. And over here is a model of another prefabricated building. This one was given to one Chief Eyo Okon at Creektown. The building is still there.
Where?
Creektown.
Creektown. This is Calabar, no?
No. Odupani.
You see.
Yes. We have Sajiti Golden, the founder of Royal Niger Company or UBC. There's a street in Calabar called Goldie Street. It was named after him. Some chiefs who refused the colonial masters into their territory. They were captured and sent on exile. We have King Jaja of Okobo, Oba of Benin, and Nana of Ishekiri. They were all put in a prison here in Calabar, but later King Jaja was taken to West Indies. Oba of was left here, and then Nana was taken to Ghana. That's why the Ghanaians call their chiefs Nana. These were some of the things that were plundered from the Benin Kingdom when they captured their chief. Scramble for Africa. You see, when they all came, they were struggling who will rule. So that was what led to the Berlin Conference of 1884. So after the conference, we fell under the British. But then it wasn't easy for them to rule us. So they picked some of our chiefs, trained them, and then rule us through those chiefs. That was when they introduced indirect rule. So these were some of those chiefs that were trained to rule us. We have Chief Daniel Henshaw, the native political agent of Old Calabar River, Chief Koko Tubasi, Chief Kokigan, Chief Young Briggs, the Warrant Chief of Abonima, Long John, Chief of Bonny. So the map here is trying to show us the three main things. The rulers. This was their symbol of authority. To Christianize us, the ship here is showing us how they came. So they came to trade, to rule, and to Christianize. This is the British anthem.
To rule?
To trade.
Trade is their first agenda.
When you say trade, you mean slave trade.
All forms of trade.
Trade.
It wasn't just slave trade.
So which one is still ongoing now? Trade.
It's Christianized and trade.
No, they don't have that.
In fact, the three of them are still going on.
Are we the Christianized
The
now?
three of them are still going on.
We go the country here. They don't free their mission.
Are you not practicing their religion? Have you stopped?
No, they've started. They go back now. Now our pastor.
Christianity no be their religion, no.
Say there now. Maybe they write this thing down.
Who get that? Come. You know, come describe within this thing.
Now they go back to Christianizing.
Okay, so this is the black man here. They are giving him gin, blood tonic, as they said. When they came, they told us the drinks were blood tonic. So they are giving him blood tonic. He's working for them, producing money, and they are preaching to him at the same time. So trying to show us that what they are doing is not wrong. It's a good thing they are doing.
Come again.
This is the black man here. They are giving him gin, blood tonic, as they call it. Stealing away his resources because he's the one working for them, producing the money for them, and then they are preaching to him at the same time.
When they are giving him this,
it makes him strong. So he can work for hours
okay.
and produce money for them because he's not working for himself.
Okay.
And they now use Bible and preach to him.
Yes.
When you Bible
To calm him down.
So calm him down. When you want to look at it, look at it.
Can you explain this
I'm
one?
here to produce money for you. Now use Bible now to calm him.
You will tell them they will not sleep in peace.
Yeah. You even stop going to church.
Flora Lugard, former Flora Shaw. She suggested the name Nigeria.
Wow.
She got
Make I say the famous
She
woman.
got it from the Niger area.
Lord, look at this, Abi.
No be babe again, wife.
Love them, John.
1914 to 1919.
As medium of exchange, we have cowries, beads, different shades of beads, rubber ball, and then the gin bottles.
For a whole
They
human
were
being.
all used
But
as
we produce this
medium
now.
of exchange.
We produce this.
That was money then now. Yes.
Who do we exchange within among ourselves? Or between the
Yes.
wives?
In those days, that was what they used to marry now. If you want to marry a wife.
Nine women they put for head now.
Yes.
Turn bottles of gin.
We see they do this now for
Only
marriage.
bottle of gin.
Since there were no banks, this was how people displayed their wealth. They wear it all over them to show how wealthy they were. These are money.
When you want to marry.
No,
You want to go out?
no.
What's
There was no bank. So this was how
People are.
people show their wealth. They wear it all over them to show how wealthy they were.
Where they are going.
So all these are money.
Kidnapping no day that.
These are money. So these are it. Manilas. Different types. So these particular ones here were used in buying slaves.
Which one? This one.
This long one here, yes.
All these ones are currencies.
Yes. So
That kind.
28 to 37 of these for a female slave. 38 to 40.
Then what were they using for?
It's money now. Use it to buy other things. All these are money. They are called manilas. If you've been hearing of manilas, that is it. So after the manilas, we started using coins. Those coins came up in 1941. After the coins, we used pounds. And then the naira, which came up in 1972, which we are still using till date. That's Bank of Biafra.
When I agree, say when I be Biafra.
This is our money.
You know, if this is an admission of guilt, though, that people will accept that you are Biafra. Do you accept or you don't accept? Say it now.
I don't know.
Can't really call federal government.
So these are different levels of.
Of Southern Nigeria, talking about palm oil. This was where money was coming from. That's what it was called the Red Group. You know, slave trade was a well-known trade. When it was abolished, this was the next legitimate trade we had. Slave trade was abolished in 1807, and then palm oil trade took over in the mid-19th century. They have their plantations. Farmers go there, get the palm fruit, process it, and then sell out the palm oil. Harvesting was done under strict supervision by the colonial masters. It was only the males that go off the trees. The females would gather into a central place where it would be processed and the palm oil is sold out. That's a primary rope. You see how it was being used, and the coconut. The rope is still being used till today.
Yes.
What if we still do that communal harvesting and processing of palm oil now? If we should take so, I know in Akwa Ibom they will declare one day. All the young people go to the village.
Not all of our communities.
Who they write this person?
It was used by Pastor Emmanuel at Forum.
Our own.
Now them bring them from.
Are we now our own person, right?
Yes.
The Pastor Emmanuel.
Palm oil. Bamboo basket. There were no business then. A metal trolley, just like our wheelbarrows today. Then other things that were used to process palm oil, we had a fiber hand press, tray, mortar, calabash, and pot for storing palm oil locally. Jute bag. They were used to export palm kernels. We have some palm kernels and some palm oil.
You are rushing this out all. What
There was some.
You're not allowing us to immerse in the experience.
There were some drinks that were specially made for Africans. Those ones that make it tougher than what they would take. So you could see Africa inscribed on the bottle here. So by the time they come, they know what they are giving to us and they know what they are taking.
This is a strong drink.
No, between this potato to the sea also.
And to see that, there's a dealer that took Coca-Cola to preach. And he ended up preaching, and then preaching.
I was not Nigeria.
It was Southern Protector. It was strong. And Lagos that time was moved from Ghana, Gold Coast. It was a separate colony.
Calabar was the first capital of Nigeria before Lagos and the rest.
No, it wasn't Nigeria. It was
Under the Britain.
It was Southern Protectorate, the seat of Southern Protectorate. You get?
Before 1906.
So here we have the cast iron pots. Oh yeah. The Efik call it is Sukukwa.
Call it in your language. What is what?
It's Sukukwa.
Call it again.
Okay, super.
When you see very heavy objects like the Congo
Just like we have it today.
Yes, the way still
I don't think it's still working.
Take my picture.
Particular one was used in the ship that brought nice laser scope from Africa.
From where?
Okoyo to Calabar.
They can't destroy the ship when they bring them.
And
Calabar they bury them.
ship, yes, European cemetery.
Very similar in Nigeria. Yes. They are still killing of trees.
And it was
Only I'm
same
the
ship
only good
that brought-
white person welcome Nigeria.
It was the same ship that brought Dr. Nandi Azikiwe when he visited Calabar. That was in
So two of them came together.
No. The laser scopes were brought in 1915. And then Dr. Nandi Azikiwe was brought in 1969.
Your course was brought from where? From abroad.
Okoyon.
Okay.
Okoyon.
Okay.
They have a house. You were asking about the house. They have a house here in Okoyon.
Odubaniko?
Oh yeah, I bet. Snap.
So here we
This is a
have
good
field
person
boats.
that will.
There shouldn't be only good person with all the white men welcome Nigeria.
Field boats. They were used to carry the Congo drums.
Why do you?
Congo drums.
From here to Britain. No, it can't. This one.
It will not sink
They will not
if
transfer.
there's no.
They will transfer it to bigger ship. This one.
But-
This one. It's not small.
But if
Like
there's hole in it, that's why it will sink. Like
this one that dropped iron now. That might go from here to maybe Lagos.
Lagos, that's it.
Transload.
Can't cross.
another
Leadership.
Yes,
You
can't
know,
cross.
man carry. Because this boat,
This one is quite long. Take you bunkering.
Because if you go running, you go see this kind of shit. So that one has a wood in the carry. But you know this one come be.
That's the same one as the sofa.
We need to take a little background.
And actually, let me I want this now.
Where?
So this is a velocipede motorcycle. It was a very prestigious means of transportation then. Each time the rider was on it, people come out to see what was making that noise because it had a peculiar sound. This one was used by teacher at Popodo Training Institution by name Collins McDonald. It was used at the beginning of 20th century. It might interest you to know that Collins McDonald visited Calabar in December 2020. This is 2024. 2018.
He never died.
He was 86 then.
Yeah, not
I don't know if he's dead now.
Is he a white man?
Yes, he was.
Why would he die?
No, if it's 86 years and you're saying in the beginning of the 20th century, I'm trying to put that because at 20,
Maybe he was younger now then.
because at 2020 that's 100 years from the beginning of the 20th century. At that 2000, like 100
Because he left the bike at Popodo. Something happened, he left the bike at Popodo. So when he came to Nigeria, he went there and he wanted to his bike. They told him it was still. So he came here and sold it. That was the way he originally handed it over to him. He said he could fix it.
He's a missionary, Abi. For the
No, he wasn't
church.
a missionary.
What the road there says, people at the Igbo mission. Okay, he was in their mission. Okay.
Wow. Just take it.
Hey, you also learning.
Look.
So if you look through that window, you see some houses over there by the riverside. That was where Calabar started. Before it started spreading to wherever Calabar is.
Sorry, wait. This one, Abi.
No, the
By
brown roofs.
Far, far there.
The brown roofs.
So
Down there.
that was where Calabar started before it started spreading to wherever Calabar is right now.
So that's the old Calabar.
Yes, that's Old Calabar.
That's the camper.
So the colonial masters stayed here and view everything that was happening over there. You see when the ship comes in, when the ship was leaving. So this place was called Government Hill because it was the seat of government. So that bell was there at Old Calabar. So that maybe the colonial masters are resting and then a ship comes in. A slave will ring the bell to alert the colonial masters that a ship is coming in.
So, that time, now, are people still living in this?
Yes,
Yeah, they're
people
living
are living
very rugged area.
People are living there.
But this is one go there. I don't go follow you go.
No, go now,
But
go.
nothing
I
to
go
do
there.
you now. Just go and move around and come back. Nothing happen. Crossing region here includes Ebonyi State, Abia, Benue, Enugu, Anambra, Imo rivers, Akwa Ibom, part of Cameroon, and then Cross River State itself. It's talking about the nature and culture of this region. We all know that nature are those things created by God, and culture is the way of life of a people. So that's what this area is talking about.
So that's Mama Bite of Biafra.
So we have pottery here. This was our culture before the interference of the European culture. They were used for cooking, they were used for decoration, for storage, for burial, religious purpose, and marriage rites. Here we have a large pot with applied designs on it. We have figure of a man, we have manillas, we have pipe, we have snake, we have CBD sign. The sign here is to show you that before they came, we had our own way of communication.
What was the sign? This one under.
Yes. These are our terracottas. Terracottas are heated clay pots. They are used for storage, they are used for cooking, decorations, and so forth. We have two types of terracottas. We have the brass and the clay terracottas. Over here we use the clay, and the Benin people use the brass terracotta. And here are anthropomorphic figurines. They are called anthropomorphic because it has nature and then culture. In those days there were no cameras. So when they make beautiful hair, they will carve the hair and keep. So that next time they want to make the same hair, they'll just go through the carvings. These are head rollers. And they have tried the little way they can, and they cannot bring back that person. What they'll do is that, no, our people. So what they do is that, you can see some bulls there. The head of the family will burn some incense in that hole, place his head there. It will transit him to a spirit world where he will go see his grandparents or his parents, perhaps if they are dead, his uncle or so, and then they will tell him the kind of herbs he will mix to bring back that person.
You should say that one will be cannabis.
So this is a large terracotta pot, but this one is called unity pot because it brings people together. They use it during traditional marriages. Fill it up with palm wine, and then people scoop from there. So this is to show you that before the appearance of the European culture, we were using our hands to do things. So these are some of the things we were doing. But when they came, they talked us out of it, and we decided to follow the white collar job. Yeah. We decided to follow the white collar job. And then this one here, when the king died, it is believed that he's going on a far journey. So they put food there and give to the slaves. You know, they're burying him with slaves. Put food there and give the slaves. So that when the king is hungry on his way, he will eat from them.
So they want to kill the slaves.
They will kill them now. We don't know yet. So these are pots for cooking. These are used to be signs.
An idea of what they mean.
I don't know. Some are for love, but I don't know the particular one that is for love and marriage. This is what they were using before the colonial masters.
And the people that wrote it should have given you an idea of what it is so they can tell us. Let's have an idea so that when we get
This is man and woman.
because this is looking like X. And it's looking like, when it's X, you know what X is?
I don't know.
What is X?
This is another large terracotta pot, but this one is for the storage of water. And then we're told that in those days, when a lady wants to go into her husband's house, this is one of the things they give her. But eventually the man says he does not want the marriage again, and this pot is still inside there. He's joking. Until this pot comes out, that marriage cannot be solved.
Who will bring the pot out?
The man now. So this was how we started before we started using stove and gas.
We still use them.
But we are still using it.
Do we like it like this?
Fried beans.
Firewood jollof rice.
Yes.
Fire like this.
Without smoke, mind the sweet pass.
This is the sweetest food though, to cook in. When you cook here, you know.
So this is a village setting. Our roof used to be thatch roof in those days.
Yeah.
So the old man sits down there with his keg of palm wine. This is his cup, cow horn for drinking. This is a tray, mat for renunciation. That's plate rack, broom, plate for eating, native umbrella, lantern. The Efik call it a lantern. And then those are the clothes. This one is
Very white. This animal no, I think this is. Oh wow, that tree.
Melina 3, yes.
Then we mold this under this.
yes. This one is old now.
Okay.
During their leisure time, they were sing, clap their hands, dance. They decided to make something that would add melody to their music. That was when they made a native guitar. Then they made drums. They made drums they made drums with animal skin and wood. Double iron gun, talking gun, and every other thing.
You say talking what?
Where's the talking drum?
Gun.
Okay.
Talking
We
gong.
had
Gong.
Gong. Okay.
We had different dances. That's the Bekwara war dance. This is Morning Kim by the Jagan people, and then the Kombe by the Efiks.
Where would Juju Calabar?
See Juju Calabar.
Awesome.
I've been asking for Juju Calabar since I got here.
This one a modern one. No?
There are different types. Ekpo is scary, Ekpo, and that one is very ugly. So these ones are used during intercommunal war. We have the dead gun, spear, dagger, bow and arrow, and then amulets, Odeshi.
Odeshi.
Does it still have power?
Worship me.
Don't touch.
So then we have trade by barter. That market is still going on Calabar. Every Saturday.
You're now trade by money.
Still trade by barter.
That time?
Till now?
Till now.
Wow.
Till today?
Yes.
We need to go there.
Money no.
Very early in the morning, from 5 to 6:30.
Ah, no, spirit.
Exchange really affect them.
How would they take it to 10? And then the other take it to 10.
Since they were staying by the riverside, their main occupation then was fishing and then farming. So we have all this that can be used to farm and then during fishing. Then we have canoe and paddler. So masquerades here are for yes, see them. So we have different types of masquerades here. We have the Kaikpo, we have the Yenekpo, we have the double face masks. This one comes out only during coronation. We have the Jagam face masks. That's to show you that.
Does it come out now?
Yes, during coronation. That's to show you that they are hunters. Then we have the god of fertility.
I'm this in Tina.
What that thing in between is like? Why would they do that kind of thing now?
No, according to them, you will remove one, the lady will remove a strand from his hair, tie on her wrist, then meet the husband.
Wow.
The husband will never born come. Waiting go remove.
That one, when she go remove, cover the 12 days. You know, people believe in a lot of things, so the Efiks believe in it.
Mommy water
Spirit. So yes.
Is it real?
Yes. So that's what the Efiks believe in. And then this is another beautiful hair that was carved and kept. This one here is used for immortalization by the Oron people. And then this is a crocodile society. That one is a Kenga.
What is it? Crocodile?
We have the Efik kingdom here, ruled by the Obong of Calabar and his traditional cabinet. That's the Obong of Calabar here. And then we have the Poor kingdom, ruled by the... So this is the diadem of the Poors. And then we have the... But he has not given us his seat. That's why his space is still empty. They all use the same Ekpe masquerade. Is
this still alive?
Sign of authority. No, the colonial masters, their own word. It's our own sign of authority. And then they all use the same cloth behind them, and it's called Ofomukara.
This ago, they used this ago in those days when the white invaded the Calabar. They never wanted to invade their culture. This ago was going from one house to another to push
Every Sunday.
beating people to go to church. But now,
So Efik was a Christian. Efik was a Christian.
Yeah. They believe they go to pushing people to go to church.
But why you not put glasses? They wear glasses that time.
I got the fear for when I see them.
They wear glasses that time.
Now they get glass. Oh, they got
They will not be this rich.
No, this is different. This is where Latin Nigeria almost started from this part.
We're using Ekwemu for that lantern. When they came, they brought this. Our clothing were raffia, so we didn't have need for iron. When they came, they brought clothing, taught us how to iron and how to make the clothes. We're using terracottas to cook. When they came, they brought iron. Then was three stones. They taught us how to trade. Our wax market is named after the biggest market. Calabar. They brought Christianity to us. That's why we have the cross and the Bible. So this is not just about Mary Slade.
They didn't bring you.
About things from Nigeria.
Not to subdue you and make you obedient.
So this is not just about Mary Slade. In those days, when they had twins, they believed they were evil. They threw them inside the forest. But they don't just throw them like that because they believe they will contaminate the land. So if you look carefully here, you see some pots. They put the children inside those pots and then threw them away. So that even if they die, their carcass will remain in the pot. It won't touch
No
the
river
ground.
to carry them.
But when she came, she told them they were not evil but gifts from God. It took her time to convince them. But when she was able to, she went into the forest, retrieved those ones that were still alive, and then took care of them. Because even when she brought them, their parents refused them. She had to take care of them herself. She didn't have any child of her own, so she adopted 7 children. The children are still bearing her name till date. So we have the Slazers family here in Calabar. She died at the age of 62 in the year 1915, 13 January 1915.
Sorry, how many children will she save?
They can't know
The numbers she said.
I wonder whether that's because of 7 children. How many children?
No. Seven are the ones she adopts. Others.
What come with that?
No, others. Take them now.
Take them, carry them, do it in the front.
Well, I don't know. But I don't think.
Because mom was struck.
Carry one box.
Mom was struck.
Queen Elizabeth, the one that does like
When she died? Last year?
Yes.
Who killed her?
At time, no.
Oh, this one.
Not dead, killer.
And I didn't do that.
She's not less than
They don't bury her.
And that's this now.
Where?
The why not?
When he was at Hope Water Trading Institution.
Okay, this was
The next.
In the US.
Yeah. Hope Water.
we did time every day on our way.
Oh, yes.
What is this?
So that whole body was able to put it in the train.
Do you know that the quality that time is the campus quality when you go to our schools now?
I'm wondering how they maintain all the beginning stuff.
So these ones are used by the Efiks. Efiks don't have their own things. They put them in things like this, cover it as a beautiful nail to bring it out. So
Oh, for real? Why did you stop it?
Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Amadu Bello. The movie name now. What is the character? Does this place belong to federal? This one.
This one here, yes. And that one there is a fan. It's called Conca fan.
Which one?
There's a road behind it. That white and brown something.
Oh, this is the fan.
Yes, there's a road behind it. That you pull the road, the fan moves forward and backward.
So that was the job of slaves?
Yes.
Awesome.
While they are eating, the slave was behind pulling the rope. And that slave won't stop until they are up from here. No matter how long it takes them to eat, even if they finish eating and they decide to sit and then 3, 4, 5 hours, the slave will be there fanning.
And you said God will not punish them.
This will go on something.
I don't know what will be there playing the master's voice, that's the gramophone.
We'll be screaming.
God,
I saw. Let them wait till you know. Let them wait.
That's the gramophone.
Okay.
So we'll give them music while they are eating.
I wanted to say God will never forgive them, but now they didn't give us a God.
To collect our
Before they came, we were worshiping God. Before they came, we were worshiping God. No, they tell us it's God there.
So the slave were there behind them.
Which
Another head that was carved.
So this is the middle where they bring that time.
that mommy water inside?
I don't know.
And the mirror where they first bring this.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, we got 50%. Let me have 50%. Oh, wow. I would like to see some of you guys very much.
Percent of the slaves came from this side. 11% from this side.
No, as in almost 50% of the entire population of slaves that came from Africa came from Nigeria. Yes.
I want to snap that one. Like the woman that